Hey, Tanya.
What's up, John?
I tell you what's up. It's Carnival Cruise Line getting a bad rap for being a Walmart cruise.
Stay tuned. We'll tell you more.
So lately, Carnival been in the news for the wrong reason. And I want to see if it's justified, the Walmart cruise, the ghetto cruise.
And the only reason we're calling this that, it's not us calling us that, we're just repeating what we hear.
Right.
We don't feel that way, that it is that. But this is what this video is about. Because a lot of people are saying that's the Walmart of cruise lines, and we don't believe that. So.
Okay, so I don't go on videos or hearsay. I like numbers. I want numbers. I want to compare Carnival Cruise Line to another cruise line with the fighting and any other crime that was on that ship.
Yeah, for those of you that have seen the recent video of Carnival, of the big brawl that broke out. It started on the ship, I guess, and then it went into the terminal
yeah,
to get your luggage, and I guess there was luggage all over after and all kinds of stuff. So.
Yeah. So for every crime that happens on a cruise line, it's reported to the United States U.S. Department of Transportation. It's public information. This is not me making up these numbers. It is documented. So I went to the last quarter of 2019. That's before
the pandemic.
Right before the pandemic. So I want to see numbers. And I'm going to tell you, Carnival Cruise Line, assault with serious bodily injury, zero. Nothing.
For that year.
For that quarter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, quarter.
For that quarter. I did that quarter because it was right before the pandemic.
Was there any for that year? Is what
yes,
I'm talking.
there was for that year.
So this is only a quarter.
Right.
A year. Okay.
So Norwegian Cruise Line, they had one. Carnival had none for that quarter. Okay. So to compare and contrast, right now, they have none. Carnival. But for the year, they did have 36 incidents. But it doesn't say if it was a fight, a shove, domestic violence, or arguing between a husband and wife, partners.
Well, you're still talking 2019.
Yes, I'm talking 2019.
Okay, so do we have any recent records? Or?
Yeah, I just went 2019 because I want to see what it was like before the pandemic, then after the pandemic. So that's why I went back to 2019. But I tell you what scares me more is sexual assault. And no one's talking about sexual assault. Carnival had passengers, 8 charged with sexual assault. Crew members, 2.
Well, we did see the news about a couple of the crew members. Don't know what it was listed under, but the one that was hiding cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah. Norwegian had 3 passengers, 1 crew member charged in 2019. Also, Royal Caribbean, 4 passengers were charged with sexual assault. Now, they didn't specify what the sexual assault was, if it was hearsay.
We can't really discuss
and whoever
we can't
was
discuss it on here.
Right, and whoever was sexually assaulted, we're behind you 100% because we don't stand for sexual assault. So let's leave it at that. So there's other cruise lines that have crime on their ships. Okay, so let's not just knock Carnival. Now I'm going to go to 2022, January of 2022, because 2021, halfway through 2021, is when the cruise industry started up again. I believe it was June was the first one of the Bahamas was Freedom of the Sea that launched cruise again. So I'm not going to go 2021 because that was a messed up year anyways with the pandemic and everything else. All right, Carnival Cruise Line, For the first quarter of 2022, we are talking assault with bodily injury, 0. Norwegian Cruise Line, 2. No one's talking about this. And I'm not knocking Norwegian because we like Norwegian too. But right now, everyone's knocking Carnival.
It happens on all of them, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It happens on all cruise lines.
You don't hear or see about brawls as much as you do on Carnival, though.
Right. You're absolutely right.
And a lot of people, you just don't see it.
I think the issue is because Carnival is a bigger cruise line and it is a cheaper cruise line for more people go on it. Mm-hmm. I think there has a stereotype of the Walmart cruise line. Let's just knock them because they're a cheaper cruise line, which is not right. Now,
let me tell you though, Margaritaville was cheaper than Carnival,
right?
And we had a great time on Margaritaville,
right?
And we have people knocking Margaritaville, which I can't understand because we went on Margaritaville Islander, and I'm telling you, that ship was beautiful, and there was no issues. Everybody got along. I mean, it didn't matter who we walked by; they were talking with us, and we made some good friends out of it. So, hi, Julie and Bill.
And Artie and
oh yeah, yes, definitely. I'm so sorry.
Joanne.
Yep.
Artie and
And
Joanne.
the daughter-in-law and the son and yeah, great.
Yeah, we met a lot of people on Margaritaville.
A lot of laughs.
So, I went to the last quarter of 2024. Carnival Cruise Line, 4 assaults. This is where it picks up a little bit. Norwegian, 1.
This is after the pandemic.
No, this is last quarter, 2024. I already said.
Yeah, but this has been since the pandemic. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yes. Princess Cruise Line, they had 1 assault.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so, and we mentioned Margaritaville, right?
Yeah.
Margaritaville, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, all the way across the board, zeros. Yeah,
zeros. You guys don't knock Margaritaville. I'm telling you, give it a shot. We were a little apprehensive because of all the bad knocks it was getting. None of what we heard was true. Not one thing.
So if you want to see for yourself, you can go to www.transportation.gov and you can see all the crime.
Yeah, check it out for yourself, guys. Yeah. Because I'm not going to post this for reasons that I don't want my channel to be affected.
Well, it's not that. You can, because there's so much information in here.
It's too much, yeah.
Right, because it breaks down all the major cruise lines and all the major crimes that was committed on the ship. And you can see that Carnival is not the only one that has issues, okay? All the major cruise line has issues.
You just hear about it more with Carnival.
Right, especially the last one they had. And now okay.
Well, that's all over the place. So I think they've all been banned.
Yeah, 24 have been banned off Carnival Cruise Line. I'm going to be blunt. You go on a cruise line, you want to have a good time. I don't think anyone goes on a cruise line to pick a fight. If someone offends you, don't say nothing. Just walk away. You're there. You spent thousands of dollars. Don't
go on there looking for a fight, guys. Just walk away and enjoy your cruise. Because you don't want to get kicked off. You don't want to be kicked off at a port where you got to find your way home. And you definitely don't want to be banned from being able to cruise again because I don't know what I would do if we got banned. I enjoyed my cruising.
I know, and Tanya probably feels the same way. When you get off the ship, I still have that high feeling of having a good time.
He's right to looking for another one.
Yeah.
To looking for another cruise. So.
You got that high. You just had a great time, on a cruise. You met friends. You made new friends.
Yeah, we
had a great time. And if someone knocks over your luggage,
things happen,
excuse
guys.
me. I did
things
it to
happen.
I did it to someone.
I've bumped into people not on purpose. You
apologize.
Trying to get out of there. I don't know what started that brawl, but it just that's Charlie with his toy. Trying to get out of there. It does get a little hectic, crazy.
It does.
Nerves are high, tension is high.
Right.
Just take a chill. My suggestion is don't book your flight too early so that you have time to slow your pace down and get there safely without fights.
As they say, slow your roll, know your lane, stay in it, and if something happens,
enjoy every last minute of a cruise, even getting off. I know nobody wants to leave the ship, but enjoy getting off so that you know you can look forward to going on again.
If something happens, be the bigger person, apologize, and offer, can I help you?
Yeah.
You know, it's not worth it. It's not worth it getting banned.
What? Even with an apology, there's people out there that just want to fight, just to fight. You know, they want to make the news. There's people that do. It's out there. People that do.
I hope it's not like that. I really do. I hope it's just certain bad apples.
I'm being honest. It is. People. Some people just go on. Some people just look for fights. You know, I'm not saying a majority or everyone, but there are few out there.
I hope not. I mean, you spend your hard-earned money. You go on vacation. You're with loved ones. Could be with your family and kids. Yeah. So just think about that before you do something stupid and where you're going to be banned for life. Exactly. It's a Carnival is a good cruise. We love Carnival. We love cruising. Period. We can give our honest opinion on that cruise line. Is Carnival affordable? Yes, it is. Does Carnival get a bad rap? Yes, they do. Do they deserve the news? Sometimes. Do they deserve it all the time?
But so would any cruise line that had something major going on that guests or people that are going to cruise should know or be aware of.
Yeah.
And you know what? These are usually secluded to certain people that are starting fights. You can go on a cruise and enjoy yourself and not worry that someone's going to come up and just pick a fight with you. Right. There's reasons that fight happened. Somebody either said something. Just keep your nose clean.
Walk away.
Don't say nothing,
guys. And if something like that happens, you know what? Go right to guest services or security and diffuse the situation.
Yeah, diffuse it, but be careful because that could also start a situation. You can just make note of it and let someone know, but just
my opinion is if someone's trying to pick a fight with you,
go
to guest services or security to diffuse the situation.
But do it calmly, guys, because I've seen people go to guest services yelling at guest services when guest services have no idea what's going on.
Right.
They didn't cause your problems on the ship. Even with other things, not even necessarily fighting, but I won't get into too much of that.
Right.
But people just complain. I mean, they just complain and complain.
Yeah, it's a good example. Royal Caribbean. A passenger. Royal Caribbean was an hour delay to come into port because of weather or something, okay? This guy took his time, 1 hour, went into guest services, and demanded a refund of 1 hour. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You actually went to guest services and said, hey, I want be compensated 1 hour.
Yes, there are those people out there, guys.
Wow.
There are those people out there.
And on the other hand, there was a lady with her child, young man, I should say, trying to get on an excursion. We don't know what happened, but she didn't have the wristband on. And on some excursions. Yeah, that was
just recently shown probably on YouTube and all that stuff too.
Right.
They had to literally carry her off. She refused to get off. Which is sad for all the other passengers on that excursion. It was
over an hour
because
delay.
Because they missed out on a lot of stuff. And
so, before you do something, think of the consequences that can happen.
And she could have simply resolved that. If she didn't have the wristband with her, she could have simply made it a lot shorter time. If she really had a wristband, she could have just went to guest services and said, I lost my wristband. Can you give me another one?
Not only that.
It took a lot less time and a lot less energy. And you wouldn't have been carried off the ship.
Not only that, if you did forget your wristband, you don't have to go all the way back to the ship. Most of the time, the Carnival or Royal Caribbean people that hosting that excursion will have a name of all the people.
Yeah, sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes you have to have your ticket to show them.
You're right.
So
just be prepared.
Yep.
Just be prepared. You can see there's a lot of different opinions, what people have, and it's good to have different opinions. But let's be cordial, let's be pleasant towards people, and let's have a great cruise. All right, on that note, I think we went over what we had to go over, so we're not going to beat a dead horse anymore. So we love you all. See you on the next video side.
Take care, all. Bye-bye.
Bye now.